My opponent believes she's going to win this debate because she claims that I dropped two of her arguments, but that is not true. I failed to address her argument regarding where one of the numbers I mentioned came from because due to time constraints, I felt this argument was minuscule in comparison to the larger issue, which is that of my opponent's counterplan of reform. Reform has only made people more comfortable with increasing the number of people behind bars, and each reform makes the prison system uniquely worse. Even if your plan of reform were to work, it would not solve for all of the harms to the fullest extent like my solution of abolishing prisons would. For this reason, my impact is more important because one innocent person's time spent in prison, where they must face dehumanization, denial of human rights, and prison violence, outweighs the collective rights of a more utilitarian world. With this being said, at the end of the day, I will win this debate because let's face it, the fact that I chose to drop one irrelevant argument does not have nearly as much weight as the inhumanity that is brought about by rape, torture, lack of freedom, the denial of existence that prisoners face each day. I will now leave it up to the judge to decide whether any innocent person, regardless of the total count, should have to be taken away from their family and forced to live in the torturous, overcrowded, and confined conditions that they know as four walls. For the last few rounds of this debate, I wore the same orange shirt throughout the day in order to capture the essence of what it must feel like to look at that same bright color for a long period of time. I will admit that I was already fed up with seeing myself in that same orange shirt, so you can only imagine how prisoners must feel as they are forced to wear the same uniform each day, making them forget who they are as a means of reminding them that they are no longer humans but prisoners. There's only one word that I could think of that would suffice describing the conditions in prisons, and that word is disgust. This disgust should be enough to convince you to vote in favor of my arguments to abolish prisons. Again, thank you for your time, and it was great to participate.